So, hello everybody. Chatting to some of the girls on, it was only yesterday morning actually, goodness. And one of the things that was pointed out was about MailChimp, how people wanted to know a little bit more about MailChimp. And it just spurred me on, and I think it was following the buy one, get one free with regards to follow-ups and, how to approach them, how to not worry about the fact that if you're being ignored, and how basically just to, bite the bullet and go for it. So I thought we'd go through that tonight. And hold on. Excuse me. I'm just going to move that slide around because I think it's got into the wrong order somehow. This is what happens when you write the training presentation whilst watching Lewis football and then he gets bumped on the head and has a nosebleed. So, key facts about sales and why you should keep talking to people. I really didn't want to put them. That sounds awful. Keep talking to them. Keep talking to people, even if they aren't replying. Okay. And I've got a few examples of people who have not replied to me for a number of times. And these are all people who have gone on to join the business. I've not got any wrap sale ones, but I wish I had. I just didn't have time to get enough people, but we've got a few examples. But basically, here are some, and these statistics are absolutely crucial. 48% of salespeople never follow up with a prospect. Okay, now I know we don't like to think of ourselves as salespeople, but at the end of the day, we are providing a service and selling something to somebody. A quarter of people might follow up once, so they'll make a second contact and then they stop. And only 12% of people make 3 contacts and then stop. And only 10% of salespeople contact somebody more than 3 times. Okay, so we know on Facebook that if you are posting about your business that it takes 12 times for people to actually buy from you. So 12 times of them seeing it. So a lot of the times they might not have even seen it. So 12 times. And so only 10% of people are following up after 3 contacts. So the same thing applies, and then it goes on to talk about, obviously, 2% of sales are made on the first contact. So only 2% of all sales are made on the first time you speak to somebody. Okay. 3% on the second, 5% on the third, 10% on the fourth, and 80% of sales are made on the 5th to 12th contact. Now, this is huge. This is massive. So we've got here 80% of sales are made on the 5th to 12th contact, and only 10% of people contact someone more than 3 times. So there's just a huge amount of, business out there that people are missing out on because they basically give up too easily. So they don't keep contacting people. They just give up. So if you think to yourself that, all those people that you've got, that you're talking to, all those leads, whether they're for wrap sales or for distributors or for loyal customers, you have got to speak to them, at least 3 times before, you've basically got to speak to them about five times before anything's going to happen with that contact. And most of you have given up after the 3rd. So it's, well, after the first, to be honest, only a quarter go on to make a second contact, which is just scary if you think about it. So if you've messaged someone about the wraps and they've come back and gone, oh, that's lovely, thank you, or I'll get back in touch with you, and then you never message them again, you've just completely lost that sale, which will turn into a sale if you continue to talk to them. So we'll talk about different ways that you can contact people and all the rest of it. But the key is and there's a call called Go for No, and I will when I upload this thing, I will also underneath it put the link in for Go for No, because that is the key. And once you realise that you're going for no, and that you're going to speak to people as many times as possible, and they can and you actually want them to say no to you, because you're egging them on to say something, then your business takes a whole different approach. It really does. Some of you will be doing it quite naturally. Some of you will be doing it quite naturally, potentially up until maybe the third or fifth contact. And then you might start to give up, okay? And this is when, those sales happen. So don't give up, even if they're ignoring you. And I'll go on to show examples of that with people that have actually joined the team. So you're on Facebook and you're chatting to someone, you've got a conversation about the wraps, another product or the business, then they've stopped replying. So you think, oh God, they've gone cold. That's it, they've gone. I've lost them. They've stopped the conversation. They're not going to talk to me any longer. It's not the case at all. There's all different ways that you can keep contacting them without it feeling like you're hassling them or bothering them. But you definitely need to keep contacting them, because it really does work, and I'll show you examples of that. So you're thinking to yourself, okay, so somebody's ignoring me, or they're not replying. So I wouldn't say that they're ignoring you, okay? That's probably a little bit of mind talk there, that they're ignoring you. They're just not replying at that moment in time. And we've all had messages that we've not replied to, so don't take it personal, because it's not. So what can you send to them? Okay, so what do I send out to people? I send out links to the online party. So you are, by sending them a link to the online party, whether they've said they're interested in wrapping as a single wrap, a loyal customer on hair, skin and nails, or a distributor, when you send them the invite to that online party, you're giving them the opportunity to win a free wrap. So in your head, turn it around so that you are offering them the opportunity to help them. A lot of these people might not be wrapping because they can't afford to, but they really want to try the product. So keep in touch with them, send them the link to the online event. Latest before and after photos are brilliant. So if you've got a really good before and after photo that's popped up, oh my God, check out this lady's latest result. I would love to help you wrap. Because we know that we're doing our 3x3 posts on Facebook. So we're doing 3 posts on the product, so that's morning, noon and night, and 3 posts on lifestyle on the business, morning, noon and night. But just because you've put that picture on there, you know how Facebook algorithms work, and chances are not many of them have seen it. I know that when I've done the buy one get one free, so if there's a buy one get one free promotion, I will message every single person who's ever been interested in a wrap in any shape, size or form. Doesn't matter whether they wanted to be a loyal, whether they wanted to try one, I will let them know about a buy one get one free promotion. And a lot of people come back and say, oh, thank you for letting me know. I can't do it right now. But they're really grateful, because that's fantastic customer service. You're giving them the opportunity to get a buy one, get one free. And a lot of people will say, oh, I haven't seen it. So many people don't see your statuses, or even if you put it into your group, they don't see it. It's white noise going on in the background. So any promotions that are going on, if there are bonuses going on, send them those. And every single distributor that I have signed during February and March, I messaged them about the Ruby bonus. As soon as it came out, they were on my list of people who were interested in the business, and I knew they needed to know about this Ruby bonus. So every single one of them I messaged. I have a list of people who I want to help with the business, and that list I message every single one. And they might not, just because they don't bite straight away. I messaged them in February. Some of them didn't join till the end of March. It doesn't matter. So, what can you say to them? So, for example, on the buy one, get one free, I would say something like, I know you've been interested in, on the bonuses, I know you've been interested in the business, so just wanted to let you know about this amazing bonus that has been announced that I would love to help you achieve. So remember that every single time you're approaching somebody, you have to approach them in a way that it is a benefit to them. So I'm not, we're in network marketing. There is no doubt about it that if somebody joins your team, there can be a benefit to you. Okay. But you just need to forget that and just focus on the benefit to them. So I would love to help you out. I would love to help you achieve opportunity call links. You can listen in for free and just be nosy. People like that. They like the fact that they can hear about the opportunity with no thing. And I can tell you now that, Christina, who's just joined the team, I messaged her a number of times about the opportunity calls, and a number of times she came back and said, I can't make that, I'm afraid. So I sent her the recording. And I've not asked Christina if she listened to the recordings, but she has joined us. She has joined us. She wanted to give this distributorship a go. So, that's a bit small. Oh goodness, right, okay. The blue is me, okay? So the blue is me. So this is okay. So this is me, literally. You're going to probably be able to read this better on the call through. This is me getting in touch with somebody saying, in the new year, hope you're excited for 2016. So again, this is a great way to get in touch with people. So when it comes to New Year, wish everybody Happy New Year. When it comes to Easter, wish everyone a Happy Easter. These are the sort of things that people like. It's a nice thing to get, if somebody being, nice to you. If you are, you're friends with them on Facebook, you're seeing what's cracking off in their life, it might be their birthday, I don't know, anything, just keep in touch with them, okay? Be personable, build a relationship with this person. You want to get to know them. And this, as I say, this one here is talking about, this is the calls that obviously couldn't make it on the opportunity calls. And then the last one here, as you can see, is where I offered the trial distributorship for the Ruby bonus, where you get to go for it within 60 days, and if it's not for you, then you can walk away. So that's that one, where we're using predominantly the opportunity calls were being used there, and you will get an idea when you're talking to people as to what they like and what's motivating for them. So this person here, look at the amount of blue with regards to, this is me messaging. Okay, look at the amount of blue with regards to me messaging in comparison to the amount of grey. And what I love is in the middle here, and you'll see the date is December. It asks about how I should join. Okay. And then I sent the message about how you should join and didn't get a reply. And then I sent another message, and they were going to obviously ask their boyfriend. And then I sent 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 5 more messages, you know, if you'd like to know about it, on pop on the online party. Did you get a chance to chat? There's a free box of wraps available. Anyone who signs in January, you know, and that went on until the end of March. Okay, and we got into a conversation and got chatting after that. But yeah, so you've literally got there 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 messages that I sent where I was completely ignored. And this was after somebody had asked how I joined, and I give them the information and they ignored me. So I don't say ignored, they didn't reply at that point in time. So don't give up. You know, you will have people in your inbox who you could have those 5 messages to. Don't give up, because if they've told you that they're interested, then you want to help them. You want to help them. You know that they can do it if they put their mind to it. So, you know, just be personable in it. As I say, here you go. You've got online parties there. You've got opportunity calls that we're telling you about. And then another one. So this is another one that another lady who is now a team member who, was not replying to my messages. And I was thinking to myself, oh no, you really, really wanted to join us. But yeah, so just because I kept going and just kept talking to this person, and it was a one-way conversation, obviously, at this point, but they were just busy. It was purely just that they were really busy over Christmas. It was, you know, the December period. Things were manic. You have no idea what is going on in somebody's life, okay? For that person, it was just Christmas. But you don't know whether they're going through a rough time personally, you know, whether they've just, I don't know. There can be all sorts of different reasons. And it's not that they're not wanting to reply to you, it's just, you know yourself, if you don't reply straight away, then often you can forget about it. So just keep going. So if you've had somebody who's been interested as a loyal customer, but they've gone quiet, if it was a wrap loyal customer, then I would always get in touch with them and ask them if they fancied trying it as a trial. And that would be at a retail price for 1 wrap. If it's a hair, skin and nails customer, I might go back and say, do you fancy trying it retail? Because a lot of time people just want to see the product in action. So, and then if they do want to try it as retail, that's great. Obviously we can provide that to them. But it may well be that it sparks their enthusiasm. So in particular, something like hair, skin and nails, or maybe stretch mark cream, they might think, do you know what, actually, let's go for it as a loyal customer after all, because it is going to be the best price for them. But always offer them, always go back to them, because, you know, people do think to themselves, oh, I don't know if I want to buy 3 things over 3 months, and they get a bit nervous about it. So if you're confident enough in your product to go back and go, okay, we'll just try it once, and then you can see how you feel about it, and then that confidence that you've got in your product is instilled in them, and they believe in it too. This is a nice one. I think Dawn's used this one. I've definitely used it quite a few times, and I'm actually writing this presentation. I'm going to send it out again in the next few days, because I've got quite a few people on my list of distributors who I think, even if they've not necessarily gone quiet, it's just good to know where people's head is. So this gives you a really good idea as to where people's head is. So if they've been interested in the business, but they might not be replying to you, is to say, hi there, I know I keep messaging, so I just wondered how you would answer the following. On a scale of 1 to 10, where 1 is not at all interested, please leave me alone, to 10, sign me up now, I can't wait any longer, where are you? Okay. And this obviously, what it does is this actually makes them think, well, where am I? So they're going to think about it. And you usually find that even if someone's been, not as responsive as what you want them to be and not chatting to you, that if you send them this message, then they will come back. Okay. And another thing is, but this is how brave can you be? But stepping out your comfort zone is what this business is all about. Is asking people if you've said something wrong. So, if they've gone a little bit quiet, just say, oh, you've gone a little, just acknowledge it. Oh, you've gone a little bit quiet. Have I said something to upset you? Jade Hooper actually asks her loyal customers and distributors if she's pissed them off. I'm not just checking the boys are asleep. I wouldn't personally be comfortable sending somebody that sort of message, but I have asked people if, have I said something wrong? And they frequently then will come back, because people don't, if you've not said anything wrong, they don't want you to think that you have. So they'll frequently come back and let you know that, no, it's not you, I've just been really busy, or and you just strike that rapport up again with them, because at the end of the day, you want to chat to them. You don't want them to think that you're trying to push them or rush them. You just want to chat to them. So that really helps. You get a lot of 5 or 6s on that, but that's good, because it means they've not wrote it off completely, and they've also given you permission to keep messaging, which is brilliant. Now, via text message, so pretty much the same sort of rules. If you're anything like me, your list is predominantly Facebook. My text follow-ups, I need to do more of, because I've got an awful lot of people that I've spoken to at events who I haven't got on Facebook that I need to pick that up. So I've just started to go through all of my leads from every expo and wrap party I've ever done. There's thousands of people. So I'm just, I am excited to get more organised with that, because I know I need to do it. And part of the way I'm getting more organised with it is that I'm going to start adding the people into my phone as a contact. So the last couple of wedding fairs I've done, I've started texting people straight afterwards, and I'm adding their number as a contact. So when I store their numbers, I've got PCUST, which is a possible customer, PDT, which is obviously a possible distributor, and PLC, which is a possible loyal customer. And then when they decide to either become any of those things, we just drop the P. But what it means is that when you are, if you have got promotions like the buy one get one free on wraps, PCUST and PLC, you would want to text all of those people. So that gives you a really, really easy way of searching through your contacts and sending it out as a group message to all those people. If you've got an Android phone, then I'm very jealous, because you can have Mighty Text, which means you can set up lists of people, and you can just send a text message to a whole list of people in one go. I'm seriously considering getting an Android phone for that reason alone, because I think it would be amazing, even if I have an iPhone as well still, because I do like my iPhones, but I am considering getting I've got a SIM card that I could use for an Android phone. So store them as a contact. Now, if they're stored as a contact, then I was recently requested. So Facebook asked me, do you want to see who you know in Facebook from your contacts list? And I held off for about a week. It kept popping up, and I kept thinking, oh, I'm a bit scared. I don't know what it means. And then I just thought, just go for it. Just put it in. And all of the people that were stored as contacts in my phone, it suggested them as friends. It was amazing. So quite a few people who were either possible customers or possible loyals or possible distributors that I've met at exhibitions I'm now friends with on Facebook thanks to that little tool. So that's another reason why I'm making my phone contacts on my phone more accessible and better organised. So next thing is, so obviously we've got we've gone through Facebook, we've gone through texting, and when you're texting people, you can text them the same sort of things as you send in a Facebook mail, as in a Facebook Messenger, as in, here's an online party, here's an opportunity call, here's a, here's the latest promotion. So you can do all of those things via text as well as obviously via Facebook. The other thing that you can do is obviously any exhibitions that you're going to, any blitzing that you're doing, use MailChimp. Okay, so if, for example, tomorrow your social media account was shut down and Facebook said, sorry, you've been removed. Okay, so you've been a bit of a pickle because if you're like me, you have lists of people that you've recently added new to Facebook, and you've got lists of your possible distributors and possible loyal customers that you could go through and re-add on a new thing, but that's obviously really time consuming. What MailChimp does is, MailChimp's an amazing backup, and it's really easy to use, it's free. And most importantly, if you are sending emails out to people, it protects you from a data protection perspective. So it gives them the opportunity to unsubscribe. So if you are sending, when you do an exhibition or anything, and you fill in a contact sheet, then they are providing you with their email and allowing you to email them, but they have to be given the option to stop that. So if you're just using your normal email and going in and emailing everybody, it's okay to do it the once, obviously, but if you're then doing it on a regular basis, and we recommend that MailChimp is done once a week, then you need to give people the opportunity to unsubscribe, otherwise you're going to be classed as spam. So what MailChimp does, is it enables all your emails to be stored in one place. You can have lists for shows, blitzes, salons, teams, your loyal customers. 100% what you should do is you should export from eSuite into a genealogy report, and it will say account type, and you can click on loyal customers, export that into Excel, because you can then import that into MailChimp in a click of a button. So all of your loyal customers will be in a list that you can go into. So when the buy one get one free comes out, all you've got to do is put a mail together, click send, and it goes to all of your loyal customers within your whole organization. Okay, so that's really important, because the chances are that there will be people within your team who have signed up loyal customers. The person in the team isn't working any longer, so who is looking after that loyal customer? Okay, who is telling them about the offers? Who's making sure that they know everything that's available to them? You're also providing them with contact details. So it could well be that they've got questions and they don't know who to turn to. So when you email that out, they can reply back to you. I've got a number of loyal customers that I haven't signed that are now on my Facebook, on my Instagram, because the actual distributor that signed them is no longer working the business and they need a contact. So you can target your campaign at certain people. So if you've got a list of salons on there, you can target your MailChimp to those. Campaigns are stored, so can be reused. So you can go in and just reuse stuff. You don't have to think of new things to say all the time. The chances are, if you start to write a list now of everything that you could talk about with this business, so even if you just did a list of the products, So you do 1 MailChimp a week, one on wraps, defining gel, facial, skin, cleanser, toner, defining gel, exfoliating peel. All of the products alone will take you to a certain place. Then you can go, right, okay, we've got 90-day challenges, we've got the bonuses, distributors, if you're doing any beauty shows, oh, I'm about to go to this beauty show, I'm about to go to this wedding fair, this is me and my team, anything, okay, write a list of everything you can think of to do with this business, and you'll soon realize that you have got so much to talk about. How do the wraps work? What ingredients are in the wraps? It's just endless. The list of things that you can do is endless, and you'll often think to yourself, actually, I could send 2 things out in 1 week. But we recommend once a week for sending an email out. So consistency of communication is key. So you can basically reach, hundreds of leads within a very short amount of time. It looks professional, okay? And you can attach it to your Facebook page so people can add themselves for info. But the looks professional is perfect, okay? So you've got to think, when this email is coming through, it looks like it's been sent by a proper website provider. So this is where you can log in and access. So, it's called MailChimp. You'll go in, you can either obviously log in there or create an account. Now, I personally had, when I first started doing MailChimp, no one really taught me how to do it. So I had, God knows how many lists. I had a list of Beauty UK leads, a list of professional beauty leads, Solihull brides. I don't have that now. I have one list, and it got numerous groups within it. And if you want to know how to do that, we can do that in another session. But basically, you want one list, okay, and we'll do that within groups. So that's how you create your list. Then you've got campaigns. So what a campaign is just the email that you send out to people, okay? As you can see there, and this is why I recommend that you have one list with lots of groups, because I used to have to send out the same campaign to every single list. It was ridiculous. I didn't learn this until recently. So then we go on to how do you create a campaign. So it's really, really simple in MailChimp. Okay, so you're going to click on, create a campaign. So that's simple. Then you're going to choose a type of campaign to send. And I always tend to do a regular old campaign. It's just, I've never really bothered with any of the others. And this is the clever bit. So it will go to one list. Now, there might be different groups within that list, okay, so you might want to pick out different groups, but on the whole, you'll probably send it out to everybody on your list. Then what you want to call it, so you literally go through now, and as you can say, name your campaign, what's the campaign about, what's the subject of the email, who's it from, select a template. I always use the 1-column one. You can use whichever one you want, whichever, that's completely up to you. When you've selected regular or campaign, you'll go in, it will give you the option at the top, obviously, to do a preview of what the email's content is. The top thing is like a picture, because that's what you get with that particular one. So, and then you just click on it, add the pictures through browse, or, change the text, and just click on it and change it. So say, for example, I'd added my before and after photo and put, would your result like this? You put that together. You're all set to send to your list, and you send it. This is what a test looks like, so you can see how professional it looks in comparison to other stuff. And yeah, that's the bottom of it. So it's got my address on it, and as you can see, it says unsubscribe. So that means that people can say, I don't want to receive these any longer. And that's it. that is how you do a campaign in MailChimp, and that is follow-ups. And that's it, guys. Has anyone got any questions? Has anyone got any questions?
No, I can't think of anything.
No, that's cool.
Can I just tell you what I've done on MailChimp?
Oh, yes.
When I get my new list from a wedding fair, let's say,
Yeah.
I'm holding those to send them like an introductory email of, let's keep the price. The price was £20. I'm going to hold that for you for another week or whatever, or until
Yes.
the prize draw date.
Yeah, me too.
Then on the prize draw date, I'll email them again to say sorry, or you've won, or whichever way round. And then I put them into my big list.
Yes.
So, but I've not got groups yet. I've just got a big list. Well, a list.
Yeah.
That way, at the moment, I've not got too many lists on MailChimp.
Yeah.
That sound about right?
Yeah, that sounds perfect. That's pretty much. So I do the whole email introduction saying, yeah, I'll hold the price. And then, yeah, I tend to add them into MailChimp quite quickly just because otherwise I'll forget and they'll, or I'll have, but yeah, sounds great.
Rightio. That's me then. Thank you.
That's it. No, that sounds perfect, babe. Cool. Well, if that's it.
Sorry, we've only just managed to get on.
Oh, don't worry.
I thought we missed it.